We begin by seeing a massive asteroid traveling through space. Because of the changes happening across the universe, the asteroid starts moving rapidly toward Earth. Moments later, it crashes into our planet, causing massive destruction and wiping out almost all living creatures, including the dinosaurs. Millions of years later, we are taken deep inside a jungle where the CEO of Greystoke Energy Company, John, arrives with scientist James and his family. James' wife is Alice, and their young son's name is Junior. They are actually searching for the same asteroid that destroyed Earth's environment million years ago. But after spending many days in the jungle, they still don't find the asteroid, or even a single clue about it. Because of this, John tells James that he is going to shut down this mission soon, because they are wasting both time and money, and he starts believing that maybe this asteroid was just a story passed down by their ancestors. But James tells him that it was not just a story. An asteroid really did hit Earth and change the planet forever. He believes that if they find it, they can use its power to create a huge source of energy, and it could change the future of humanity. But John refuses to believe him and decides to leave the jungle with his family. However, James tells him that he will stay there and continue searching because he knows the asteroid is still hidden somewhere deep inside this jungle. After this, John leaves with his family in a helicopter. Now we see a group of gorillas living in the same jungle. Their leader is a powerful gorilla named Kerchak, who lives there with his mate Kala and their baby. Suddenly, another gorilla named Tublat challenges Kerchak for leadership of the group. He wants to defeat him and become the new leader. Kerchak accepts his challenge, and a fight begins between them. But Kerchak easily defeats Tublat. Instead of killing him, Kerchak shows mercy and lets him live. But after a while, Tublat attacks Kerchak from behind like a coward and kills him. After Kerchak's death, Tublat becomes the new leader of the group. All the gorillas become sad, heartbroken after losing their beloved leader because Kerchak always cared about everyone. On the other side, we see John and his family traveling back home in their helicopter. But suddenly, their pilot loses the way and accidentally takes them toward a mysterious area of the jungle. But then John notices some strange things there, things he has never seen anywhere else on Earth. This makes him believe that the asteroid might actually be hidden somewhere nearby. So he lands the helicopter there and leaves his family behind while he goes alone to search for the asteroid. While exploring the area, John finds a very narrow cave. He enters it and continues moving forward. After walking for a while, he sees a strange glowing light. When he gets closer, he is shocked because he has finally found the exact asteroid they were searching for. John breaks a small piece from the asteroid and decides to take it with him, but suddenly, the entire asteroid starts glowing with a powerful light. John has no idea what is happening, and because of that strange energy, the cave starts collapsing. Somehow, John manages to escape from the cave. Outside, he meets his wife Alice. But then they notice that a nearby volcano has erupted, and burning rocks are flying everywhere. They escape from the danger and somehow reach their helicopter. Meanwhile, on the other side of the jungle, we see Kala. Her baby accidentally falls from a cliff while playing. Kala desperately tries to save him, but sadly, her baby falls deep into the valley. After this, the entire atmosphere of the jungle starts changing. Strong winds begin blowing, and a massive storm appears. John doesn't understand what is happening, but he tries to escape with his family. A few moments later, lightning strikes their helicopter, and because of this, the helicopter crashes into the jungle with John and his family inside. Kala, who is standing on the cliff, sees the helicopter crash. She immediately goes toward the crash site, and there she finds John's son, Junior John, who is the only survivor of the accident. Kala takes the little boy with her and brings him back to the gorilla family. The next morning, when John wakes up, he sees many animals all around him. He gets scared because there are also many gorillas standing there. Then Kala comes to him, but at the same time, Tublat also arrives. He is angry because a human has entered their jungle, so he threatens Kala and tells her to get rid of the boy. But after losing her own child, Kala has started seeing John as her son, and just like a real mother, she protects him from Tublat. After this, we see John feeling very sad while remembering his parents. He doesn't like living there at all, and he just wants to leave. But as time passes, he slowly starts connecting with the young gorillas. He plays with them and learns many things that he could never learn while living as a normal human. Years pass, and John grows up. Here we learn that the gorilla family has given him a new name, Tarzan. Tarzan has now become very intelligent. He uses all the skills he learned from the gorillas. He can understand their language, run like them, and climb trees just like they do. Deep inside, he has become one of them, but his body is still human. And like this, Tarzan grows into a teenager. One day, while exploring the jungle, Tarzan hears the sound of a vehicle. Curious, he follows the sound and reaches a place where he sees humans. Here we see that James is also inside that vehicle. He is the same scientist who came to this jungle years ago with John to search for the asteroid. Since that day, James has continued living in the jungle because he still wants to find that asteroid. We also learn that James now works as a jungle guide with his daughter Jane, showing tourists around so he can earn money and continue his search for the asteroid. After this, James takes everyone back to their camp, and Tarzan secretly follows them. At night, James and Jane are talking. Here we find out that Jane lives in the city with her mother, and she only visits the jungle sometimes to meet her father because James never leaves this place. Meanwhile, Tarzan is extremely happy after seeing humans like himself, so he spends the entire night secretly watching them. The next morning, everyone leaves again to explore the jungle. Suddenly, some huge birds start chasing one of the boys from their group. Jane somehow distracts the birds to save him, but now she becomes their target. The birds start attacking Jane, and she gets trapped. But after a few moments, she notices that someone hidden nearby is removing the birds one by one and saving her. However, she cannot see who it is. Suddenly, a snake appears from behind and bites Jane. Because of the poison, she loses consciousness and falls down. Seeing Jane in this condition, Tarzan comes out to help her. He takes her to his cave. Tarzan notices something strange. Jane's body looks just like his. He becomes confused because all this time, he believed he was a gorilla, but now he realizes his body is actually similar to Jane's. After a while, Tarzan uses a special leaf from the jungle to remove the poison from Jane's body and saves her life. Later, Jane wakes up, but before she can see him properly, Jane becomes unconscious again. The next morning, when she finally wakes up, she starts walking back toward the camp. On the way, she finds her father James, who was extremely worried about her. Jane tells him that a snake had bitten her, but someone saved her from the poison. She says she doesn't know whether it was a human or an animal, but she wants to meet that mysterious savior one more time. After this, James takes everyone and prepares to leave the jungle. After this, we see Tarzan, who is completely confused after seeing other humans. He starts wondering if he is actually a human or a gorilla, because for the first time, he has seen people who look just like him. Slowly, memories of his real identity start coming back, but he still cannot understand anything. While wandering through the jungle, Tarzan finds the same helicopter that crashed years ago and took his family away from him. Inside the helicopter, he finds a picture of his parents. Along with that, he discovers many other things, including the same asteroid fragment that caused the death of his mother and father. Tarzan takes all those things and brings them back to his cave. After this, we move a few years into the future. Tarzan has now grown up and become stronger. Near his cave, we see Tu Blatt, who is messing with Tarzan's belongings. While doing this, he accidentally activates the helicopter's emergency signal. But somehow, Tarzan arrives and forces Tu Blatt to leave. After this, we are taken to the city, where we see the office of Greystoke Energy. Here we meet a man named William, who is now the CEO of the company. Actually, this company originally belonged to John, but after his disappearance, William became the new CEO. Suddenly, one of his employees tells him that they have received an emergency signal from the same helicopter that disappeared many years ago during the asteroid mission. After hearing this, William calls a meeting with all his officials and tells them that they will restart John's old mission. He tells everyone that they will find the asteroid and use it for the benefit of humanity, but William's real goal is completely different. He wants to use the asteroid's energy to make a huge amount of money. At the same time, we see Jane, who works for an animal protection organization. She is also at the Greystoke office because she needs donations for her NGO. William agrees to support her organization, but he actually has a hidden plan. He wants to use the NGO as a cover to enter the jungle and secretly search for the asteroid without raising suspicion. That's why William decides to take Jane with him. The very next day, William and his team arrive in the jungle. Tarzan also sees their helicopter and follows them until he reaches their camp. There, he sees Jane and immediately recognizes her as the same girl he met years ago. Later that night, Tarzan decides to go to Jane's camp and meet her. He enters her tent, but Jane isn't there. Out of curiosity, Tarzan starts looking at her things. Suddenly, Jane comes back. Tarzan gets nervous and leaves without meeting her. On the other side, we see William sitting with James. James is a very intelligent person, and he quickly understands William's real intentions. He realizes that William only wants to find the asteroid so he can use its energy and become rich. James warns him and says that he should not end up like John, because John also lost his life while trying to find that asteroid and use its power. But William is a clever and dangerous man. He tries to force James to join him because James knows the jungle better than anyone. William tells him that if he and his daughter don't help him, things will not end well for them. Meanwhile, Jane is exploring the jungle with Smith. During their conversation, Jane discovers that James and William are searching for the asteroid and planning to use its power for the wrong reasons. After learning this, Jane gets angry at her father. She leaves everyone behind and walks deeper into the jungle alone. But after going a little farther, she accidentally falls from a cliff into the water below. Tarzan, who was secretly following her, sees everything and immediately jumps after her to save her. But the strong water current carries Jane far away, and she eventually reaches a riverbank where she lies unconscious. Suddenly, a huge crocodile appears and slowly moves toward Jane to attack her. Just then, Tarzan arrives and stops the crocodile from reaching her. A dangerous fight begins between Tarzan and the crocodile. Both attack each other with full force, but in the end, Tarzan uses his knife and defeats the crocodile, saving Jane's life once again. A few moments later, Jane wakes up and realizes that Tarzan is the same person who saved her life years ago. Because of this, she becomes friends with him, and they start exploring the jungle together. Tarzan shows her some of the most beautiful places in the jungle, and during this time, their connection becomes stronger. Slowly, both of them start developing feelings for each other. After this, Tarzan takes Jane near his cave, where he shows her some of his old belongings, including the asteroid fragment. But suddenly, William arrives there in a helicopter with James while searching for Jane. From a distance, William sees Tarzan through his sniper scope and realizes that he is actually John's son. He also understands that Tarzan is a big threat to his position, because if Tarzan ever returns to the city, he will become the true owner of Greystoke Energy. Thinking about this, William attacks Tarzan to eliminate him, but Jane saves Tarzan, and both of them escape deep into the jungle. William starts chasing them, and after running for a long time, Tarzan and Jane reach a mysterious part of the jungle that is completely different from everything else. They see many strange creatures that they have never seen before. Suddenly, one of those dangerous creatures attacks them. Somehow, Tarzan fights the creature and defeats it. After escaping from there, they continue moving forward and reach the same cave where the asteroid is hidden. Inside, they find the asteroid, and near it, they also discover an axe that belonged to Tarzan's father, John. After seeing everything, Jane understands that John's family died because of this asteroid, and Tarzan was actually the child from that family who survived the helicopter crash. Now Tarzan finally understands who he really is and where he came from. After some time, the asteroid starts glowing again, so Tarzan and Jane quickly escape from the cave and return to Tarzan's gorilla family. There, Tarzan introduces Jane to his mother, Kala, but suddenly Tublat appears. After seeing another human in the jungle, he becomes extremely angry and attacks Jane. Tarzan fights against Tublat and finally defeats him, becoming the new leader of the gorilla family. After this, Jane tells Tarzan that William will find him no matter what, and she doesn't want his gorilla family to get hurt because of her sad. So she decides to return to the camp by herself. Tarzan takes Jane back to the camp, but there, William notices the asteroid fragment that Jane has and takes it from her. At the same moment, Tarzan appears because he was still nearby. William points his gun at Tarzan and is about to shoot him, but suddenly, Tarzan's mother Kala arrives. She had secretly followed them all the way there. Kala runs forward to attack William, but before she can reach him, William shoots her. After this, William captures both Tarzan and Jane, but later that night, some of Tarzan's gorilla friends secretly enter the camp and rescue him. Tarzan escapes from there with his injured mother. Meanwhile, William threatens Jane and tells her that if she doesn't help him, he will destroy not only Tarzan, but the entire gorilla family. After hearing this, Jane has no choice and agrees to help him. She decides to take William to the place where the asteroid is hidden. After this, we see Tarzan, who somehow manages to heal his injured mother. Suddenly, he notices many helicopters flying above the jungle. They all belong to William, who is heading toward the asteroid location with his team. Jane is also with them. Tarzan follows them and reaches the same place. There, he sees that William and his men have completely changed the area, and they are preparing for a massive explosion. Their plan is to destroy the asteroid completely and take all of its energy for themselves. Inside the same cave where the asteroid is located, William has tied up Jane and James. Somehow Tarzan enters the cave while taking down the security guards one by one. Finally, he reaches Jane and James and frees both of them. After this, James tells Jane and Tarzan to go outside and stop William somehow, while he stays inside the cave and cuts the wires connected to the detonator. Jane and Tarzan quickly go outside to stop William, but before they can do anything, William activates the detonator. However, William notices that nothing happens because the detonator is not working. Actually, James has already cut the wires. William realizes that Jane and Tarzan must have done something to stop his plan. Angry, he orders his men to eliminate them, but Tarzan calls his animal friends for help. Within moments, many animals arrive there and start taking down William's men one by one. But suddenly, another powerful storm begins. just like the one from years ago. The ground starts breaking apart, and everyone starts running everywhere to save their lives. At the same time, Jane realizes that her father James is still inside the cave. She becomes extremely worried about him, but she is unable to do anything to save him. Sad. Meanwhile, William tries to escape with his men in a helicopter, but Tarzan picks up a huge rock and throws it directly toward the helicopter. The impact causes the helicopter to lose control, and it crashes down. After this, we see that the entire jungle slowly returns back to normal. Jane and Tarzan then return to Tarzan's home, where they see Kala. By now, Jane has created a strong bond with Tarzan and the entire gorilla family. Because of this, she decides to stay in the jungle with them, especially because she believes her father James is no longer alive. Jane chooses to live with Tarzan and protect the jungle alongside him. But in the final scene of the movie, we see James, who somehow survived the explosion. He climbs out from a deep valley, and in his hand, he is holding a piece of the asteroid. Tarzan's story teaches us that real family is built with love, not just blood.